Hey, Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline. And fans, you're with me, Mike Spiderstar, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review to help you guys make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, everyone, we're going to be talking about Superman issue number 30. Now, you might be thinking, hey, Mike Spiderstar's reading some Superman. Yeah, because I'm interested in what this story has to offer right here, Doomed. I'm going to be reading that whole story. Even these Prelude issues I'm reading as well to get the full effect of this story. And then hopefully me, Jay, Philly Superman, and Chris Ventura right here on Frontline will do a type of live show to talk about this whole story that went on, and if they agree with what went on in Doomed, or if they disagree, or they should just left the story alone. So it's going to be a fun ride while reading this and having a live show discussing about this story arc. And I might have to get in between them to stop fights and arguments and things like that. So it'll be really cool. But enough about that. Let's talk about issue number 30. Cool cover here. You have Clark or Superman strapped to a sign that says "Welcome to Smallville," and you're kind of thinking like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" So this issue starts off with a young newlywed couple. They're out here in the Bahamas, and it was pretty interesting because it tells you this story how they loved each other, and how they're on their honeymoon, and this is the best place to start your life. And it was really nice to see, and I'm kind of like, well, where do these people have to fit in the story? The artwork in here is done pretty well. It is done by Ed Ben, so it's a good book to look at. And I was happy. I was not a constant reader and a die-hard reader to Superman. I thought that this book was somewhat written well for newer readers because it's a good jumping on point. And and if you're not hardcore Superman, you can kind of get what's going on here. But anyway, you get to see something bad happen, very bad to this newlywed couple, that the ocean is starting to like eat them up, and they like disappear, and you're like, dude, what does this have to do with anything? So it was interesting here. And then it flashes back to Smallville, and then you go into Sam Lane, and he's at the site at Smallville, and for some reason, everybody in Smallville is experiencing this coma, and Superman, makes his appearance here, and he's sitting there. Trying to figure out what's going on. He uses his X-ray vision to scan if he can find out any problems, and he finds out that there's nothing wrong with the people over in Smallville except that they're in a comatose state. So he's just as lost as everybody else. And all of a sudden he sees these Kryptonian signs in crop fields, and the next thing you know is that he goes into the earth because he notices something, and he comes over to the Eradicator. And the Eradicator winds up warning him about how the earth is going to be destroyed. And it was very interesting here. And the Eradicator that we all knew, if you read Superman back in the 90s, is a completely different character. He looks completely different. So interesting stuff here. And he gets thrown back in space. He regains his powers. And then you get to see Lois Lane. And Lois Lane is not herself. She actually has these psychic powers or something. She's being possessed. She's being controlled because you can see she talks in a different dialogue. She's very well. She's drawn beautifully here. I love the way she looks. She's very attractive, appealing in the book. And she sits there and walks by. She walks by, and she's talking to what's his face? I can't remember the guy's name. The chief of the paper. I'm just drawing a blank right now. And she walks by, and she's talking in this weird voice, and she says, "Oh, they're ready, my lord, and it won't be long now." And you find out that she's obviously somewhere else, and she's working for this collector creature. So that is pretty weird in itself too. But by the time you get to the end of this issue, you see that Clark is working with Kat on his blog or whatnot, because I guess that's his new thing that he does now and doesn't do anymore Daily Planet stuff. And then we get to see a little bit of this the small city of Krypton. I remember this from back in the past, that it hasn't been active, and then all of a sudden there's like people knocking on the glass and stuff. So there's all kinds of different things that are going on here. And then at the end of the issue, at the very last page, it flashes back to the Bahamas, and it is completely destroyed after, you know, Cyborg gives some information to Superman about what's going on. So, yeah, you know, being in the dark with Superman for a long time and not reading it, I thought the issue overall was pretty good at guiding you in the right direction. Again, I'm drawing the blank on the chief of the paper's name. I can't think of it at the second. I can't believe I forgot him. He's just like a staple character in the universe, and I forgot. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fun. It's not a perfect read. It's not all action-packed, but it gets you a little excited of what's to come for Doomed. And how Lois Lane deals with this collector, I don't know. I'm not used to her having, you know, being affected by different powers. I'm just used to Lois being Lois. And the Eradicators are a little bit different. But, you know, overall, as a read, I thought it was a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought if some newer readers are looking to jump on Superman, I thought this was pretty good. So again, guys, I'm going to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And if you guys read Superman, tell me what you think in your comments below. If you're going to be reading this Doom series, let me know if you're excited for it as well. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. And until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Bye.